All right, let's go ahead and get started now. So, hi everyone. I am Rosalind Helfand, and I am one of the co-founders of the Global Green Recovery Collaborative. And we have a lot of our team members here today so that we can meet each other and all participate in this training on our site. And platform, but also this gathering is really about the green recovery community that we're building as well. And I just really wanted to emphasize that this is the first of, or a kickoff to what we think will be a series of kind of small group trainings on just walking folks through the site, answering questions, and really getting folks acquainted with the tools on the site and comfortable with them. And the purpose of this is not just to say, here's this platform and you can use tools, go for it, but to also build community, because we really see one of the very important aspects of this platform being about building a really strong and interactive and collaborative green recovery community that's communicating on a variety of topics and issues that relate to green recovery across the world, and hopefully amplifying and improving our impact because of it. So this is that opportunity to just get to know folks better, as well as getting a better feel for the platform. I want to emphasize that our platform is still in a beta testing mode, which means that we're finding bugs, and we continue to notify our developer of bugs that we find and fix those. So we might, if we see a bug today that we weren't aware of, we'll just note it and move on. But it's past that initial stage where it's too buggy to use. So we hope that you'll have a great experience with the site today, regardless of any bugs that we might occasionally encounter. So what we'd like to start off with doing is, first I asked everybody in the chat if you could just open up the Green Recovery site on your own computers, so that you're able to, at different points during this training, we'll ask you to try things out on your computers, and that'll make it really easy for you. And let's go ahead and do just a quick round of introductions. So I'd like to ask each person, we'll introduce the members of our team after our guests introduce themselves. But for the guests who are here today, I'd like to ask you to just introduce yourself. If you're with UCLAN, the University of Cambridge Conservation Leadership Alumni Network, let us know which cohort you're with, and then what motivated you to join today's training, and what do you hope to learn? So cohort, what motivated you to join, and what do you hope to learn? If you're not with a cohort, then you can just say, what organization you're with, or in general, what motivated you to join today. So let's just go around the room, and maybe Tracy, we'll start with you.
I knew you were going to start with me, Ross. I was getting ready to unmute. Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Zanini. I'm from cohort 2011-2012, which was the second cohort in UCLAN. I was motivated to join the Global Green Recovery Collaborative mostly through my discussions with Roz. Her and I have spent a couple of years working to try and engage folks from the alumni in North America and Caribbean, and I found this to be a really fascinating way to engage people and an exciting project. And really, I'm hoping today to better understand how I can contribute. I've sort of dabbled on the website, I've filled in some profile details, but I'm really keen to figure out what I can do next to elevate my participation in the collaborative. So it's lovely to see everybody, and looking forward to the training.
Awesome, thank you. Eileen, let's go over to you.
Oh, thanks. Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm from the 2014 cohort, and really I'm here because I'm being curious and I'd like to learn more. So thank you, Roz.
Awesome, thank you. David, over to you.
Hi, yeah, I'm David. I'm from Israel. Yeah, I'm also pretty curious. I'm not really sure what green recovery is about, so I'm here to like get an introduction without having to do all the research on my own. I found you guys just by coincidence, so I'm just going through with it.
Awesome. Well, that is really, really cool. And we're
Yeah.
very excited about that. That's one of our big goals, is to just start getting folks who are curious about the idea of green recovery to check us out. So thank you. And
Of
do you
course.
have any other environmental engagement where you are that you do, or
Yeah,
just
so
any particular issues you work on?
I study like I'm doing a PhD in ecology, in like climate change, but I'm trying to like make a transition towards a more proactive and yeah, a more proactive and activist kind of job. And trying to I've got some ideas of my own, trying to figure out my next move after my PhD. So opening
Fantastic.
options.
That's
Sorry
very
about that.
exciting. Thank you. So let's go around and just introduce the rest of our team really quickly. So Ravi, why don't we start with you?
Hello, I'm Ravi, and I just woke up at 6 a.m. I'm in Fiji right now, and I am also a UCLan member. I was in the 2016-2017 cohort. I'm a co-founder and a co-lead. I'm co-leading this with Rose, and it's very excited to see you all. Thank you. And just to repeat, this is the first of the training that we are having. We're planning to schedule this like 2 or 3 times a year for more members, because there are different time zones and different times are convenient to different people. So thank you so much for being our lab rats. We are so excited.
Thanks, Ravi. And let's go to Camille.
Perfect timing, because I'm about to leave to pick up my son. So hi everybody, my name is Camille Cannell. I'm from cohort 2016-2017.
Camille, can you get a little bit closer to your mic? Or yeah, maybe.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I did the masters in 2016-2017 with Ravi. I'm based in Belize. I work for the Wildlife Conservation Society, and I focus on wildlife trafficking.
Thank you, Camille. And Janet?
Hi, I'm Janet and I'm from South Africa, and I'm a trained ecologist. I'm working for the government here. And yes, I'm also part of the cohort of Camille and Ravi from Cambridge in 2016 and 17.
Thank you, Janet. Teona?
Hi, everybody. My name is Teona. I'm from Tbilisi, Georgia. I have a legal background and working experience with international organizations and nonprofit sector as well. I have been with the Green Recovery Collaborative for a year and a half now. I'm facilitating the management of the team and also of the platform. So I'm here.
Awesome. Thank you. And Rachel, over to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel, and I'm from Fiji. So I joined the Global Green Recovery Collaborative about a year ago, and I'm working in the communications team, and I'm glad to meet you all. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And let's see, Petros. Hi.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Are you a UCLan member?
Yes, I'm a member, registered member. Yes.
Yes. What can you tell us what cohort you're with and what motivated you to join us today?
Yeah. What motivated me to join you today? I remember last meeting we had. Yeah, it was very wonderful. It's very beautiful. To me, it's very interesting to see people discussing things that concerning our lives, concerning our nature, our vegetation, our wildlife, all sorts of things that we need to take keen interest to conserve, because if we do not do that, it means we are going to destroy our future. It's our duty, our responsibility as a global world to make sure that we leave these things in a good way, just like our forefathers did when they conserved them. So I'm much interested in this organization because it's talking something that is really making the life of the people, more especially when you're discussing concerning the rural people and the other people that are living with these natural resources. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you so much, Petros. We really appreciate that. And we're excited to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go over to Audrey to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I am Audrey. I am from South Africa. I am a geography, GIS, and environmental management graduate. And I am the new GGRC intern. It's nice to meet all of you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Audrey. And I think we have one more person who's a member of our team to introduce herself. Lucia is just joining from Ecuador. So let's give Lucia a second, and then we'll go over to Ravi for the next segment. So one moment, she's connecting to audio. There we go. Lucia, we're just about to finish up introductions. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you so much. And sorry, I just joined. Yeah, I'm Lucia. I'm from Ecuador. I work in conservation and sustainable development in Galapagos, and I am part of the GGRC team.
Wonderful, thank you. So now I would like to hand it over for just a few minutes to our co-founder, Ravi Prasad in Fiji, to give us a little bit of an overview of the GGRC's goals and how the different pieces of our site, the different tools that we have, are kind of meant to complement and reinforce each other rather than existing separately. And this is just in order to give everybody an idea of a little bit of the vision behind the platform. So Ravi, over to you.
Thank you so much. At some point in time, I will share my screen and show you the actual website and our tools. Before that, I wanted to let you know one of the main reasons why we co-founded the Global Green Recovery Collaborative, just to give a little bit of an anecdote. Right at the peak of COVID-19, when everyone was in lockdown, we really wanted to start proactively thinking about recovery from the COVID-19 because we had hope. And we knew that when we would recover economically, our environment and nature may be left behind. That's one of the motivations why we co-founded the Global Green Recovery, so that when we recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, we do not leave the environment behind. The other thing is that we knew that at some point in time, COVID-19 would not be that much of a problem. Like right now, we don't talk about COVID-19 every day. We are not in lockdown. We are getting back to normal. We wanted to create a platform so that years later, we don't forget what green recovery is. We still maintain it. It's still in a way mainstream globally. So our platform aims to do that. I'll share my screen and show you. This is the Global Green Recovery Collaborative. We have worked on it for years, since 2020, and we have gone through so many designs and redesigns, and this is what our platform looks like right now. Reimagine, recover, inspire together. That's exactly what we want to do. And we have initiatives, we have discussion forums, and we have platforms and tools to work together to co-develop solutions, which we will show you in detail at another part of this session. You'd also like to see our introduction video where we actually, in the middle of the pandemic, went out to our beautiful sceneries and we gave our messages and we made it into our introduction video. And this part is quite important because this is where we want to know and say what is the impact that we want to do. Generally, we really want to increase motivation and awareness raising, capacity strengthening individually and as organizations, and also nationally, and also environmental recovery. And you could contribute to this joint impact. You could help build your capacity, and together the global capacity we want to build, and we could recover together. What we do is we partner with initiatives worldwide who contribute to global recovery. There are certain organizations and certain initiatives that do excellent work that contributes to global recovery, but they don't really realize that this is an example of green recovery. So we want to feature these initiatives and let you know how this is an example of green recovery, with the hopes that there will be replication in other parts of the world and lesson learning. These are some examples of initiatives, so you could explore more when you'll use this feature. And we also have events. For example, we're promoting the Chair Assembly event, and we host our own events. Before this training, we had an event on crisis leadership, and I think some of you attended. And one of the other things we do is we let everyone an opportunity to write a blog. So we already have many blogs which you'll be able to see. And this is a blog written by our interns, Rachel and Audrey, on what they took from the event that we hosted, the roundtable last month, which was on green recovery for a world in crisis. Leaders offer creative perspectives for our future. And these blogs are open for discussions too. So the other feature that we have is where we synthesize news articles from all over the world, and we show our audience what are certain ways to achieve green recovery. For example, the latest that we have synthesized is that green recovery can be achieved through a just transition based on participatory government leadership, society-wide resource mobilization processes, and local ownership of green energy. And these are the news articles that we have collected with examples and anecdotes from all over the world. And when you click on these, you'll be able to see what exactly we mean and what are the real examples. So these are the features that I just mentioned, where you'll explore the initiatives, you'll discuss, you'll connect to members, and the blogs and news events that I've mentioned. And you can always sign in and register. And when you sign in and register a profile, you get so many other benefits that we will show at a later time, where you can become a member and immerse yourself with the other members that we have. You can connect, you can engage. And at some point in time in the future, we have already started to think and plan about creating communities of practice by theme. One could be on mindfulness, one could be on finance, one could be on policies and law, and you can join these communities of practice and discuss a little bit more meaningful and personal on these things. I would also like to introduce our co-founding team. We have our own definition of green recovery over here, and you can always sign up for our newsletters. So that's Ross, she's in the meeting. That's me, that's Iris, she's from the Netherlands. So all of us, we are University of Cambridge Conservation Leadership Alumni Network members. We did the MPhil in Conservation Leadership at different years. Lucia is in the meeting. She and I and Camille and Janet, we were in the same class. And we have Tiona, who is also our co-founder. And these are some of our co-founders who co-founded the collaborative with us. But right now they are doing other things. For example, they got new jobs or they are studying right now. So they are our advisors right now. Noah is doing a PhD, she's from Israel. Evelyn just got a new job. So she is an advisor right now because that works best for her. Carolina, she works with conflict areas in Colombia, and it was quite a demanding task. So that's one of the reasons why she has signed up as an advisor right now with us. And Aditi is doing her MBA at MIT. So she is also signed up as an advisor for us. And we have Tatiana, who also got a new job, and I think she moved to the UK. So in this transition, she thought that being an advisor was the best for her time. And we have Audrey and Rachel, and Philip is our web developer. He is the one who helps us create these tools and fix the bugs and make sure that our site is maintained. And we have our co-founding web team who helped us design our website in 2020 and 2021. And this is our team. I promise that at a later stage of this training, we will show you exactly how these buttons work, and you would have a chance to work with it too. So for now, this is the introduction that I had. And if you have any questions, to let us know. And thank you so much. I think it will be really nice if you explore the website on your own. There's a frequently asked questions section, and there's a contact us section if you have any problems. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ravi. And I just want to also highlight how the different components of the site are meant to work together. So when we explore some of those components later, you'll see how there's intent for our discussion forums, our blogs, our events that we host ourselves as the Green Recovery Collaborative to link up with each other and for those topics to link together, which is really great because we are incredibly open to our community suggesting these topics and events and forums that should be covered. So what we'd like to do is just jump right into engaging you with the tools of the site. And the first thing that we'd like to do, and I'm going to share my screen now on this, is invite you to register. So you'll see that at the top right hand of the screen, there's a register button. So can I ask, actually, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And is anyone here not yet registered on the site? So does everyone already have a profile, or is somebody not yet registered? Raise your hand if you're not registered yet. Okay, so everybody has a profile. So raise your hand if you have, let's go the other direction. Do you all have a profile already? Go around. David has a profile. Tracy, you have a profile. Eileen, do you already have a profile?
No, not yet.
Okay, we've got somebody who does not have a profile yet. Great. Petros, do you have a profile on the site yet? And I think you have to unmute yourself. Petros, I think you just need to unmute yourself.
Yes, I have a profile. I registered, and it indicated to me that I was successfully registered.
Okay, fantastic. So Eileen, so for you, it would be really great if you can go ahead and you can see, this is when you click register, this is what you'll see come up. So it's very, very easy to create your account. And then for those of you who already are registered, what we'd love for you to do is go ahead and actually I stopped sharing, so let me reshare my screen. Okay, so if you need to register, Eileen, you would click on register, and then you go to become a member, and you can create your account. And then if you are already registered, just make sure go ahead and sign in. So I have my password automatically remembered, so I'll just log in automatically. Okay, so here this is when you get to start looking at information about members, and this information is information that everyone can see about members. So once you register to become a part of the Green Recovery community, you get to take a look at just who's part of that community and what are they doing. So you can see that below my photo, it also says that I'm an advisor. And we'll get into that in a second. But what that means, what advisor means, is that I've basically signed up to be a super member of the GGRC, and anyone can sign up to be a super member. And advisors basically have some areas of knowledge or expertise that you feel comfortable having special conversations with. So, if you're an expert, or if you feel you have expertise in ecosystem restoration, or maybe conservation communication, or alternative economic models that would be helpful for a green recovery, you can go ahead and register for an advisor. to be an advisor for that. But again, we'll get to that in a second. When you sign up for your basic profile, you have the option to put your name, your country, and occupation, list some areas that you think you have of specific expertise, a website. So here I added my personal website, but you don't have to add a website. It's not required. A short bio, mine's not so short. It's kind of on the long side, but a lot of people add shorter bios. And what's really great is that you can link in your bio to projects that you're a part of or articles you've written. So you can add links in your bio. And then you can also add your LinkedIn profile. So if you go to connect to people, then you can see who's part of our community right now. And so I see Petros right here is part of our community. He's added a photo. Thank you for that, Petros. And there's your information. And then you can, so we can visit other members of the community. We can see that Audrey's a member. And one thing that I want to invite everybody to do, here's Tracy. Tracy's got a profile up and added her LinkedIn, but chose not to add her website, which is fine. And Tracy's also an advisor already as well. So that's pretty awesome. So what I'd like to do is, if you have a profile, but you are not yet an advisor, and I'll show you these are the advisor details. So you can see here's that I'm an organization representative. Here is my expertise, things I can offer advice on. And then ways of contact, I'm saying that I am open to both member-to-member messaging and direct email. And we'll play around with this in just a second, but the messaging behind the scenes looks like this. So I could say I would like to message Rachel. And I could say, hi, Rachel. What conservation projects are you working on right now? So I'm going to add that message. And then that will sending, and that will go to Rachel, and then she will get a notification that she has a message from me. So Rachel, do you mind if you're logged in, can you respond to my message so everyone can see?
Yes, I'm responding.
Okay. So it's just send a really quick single line, and so everyone can see what that looks like.
We've also added email notifications so that you know, since you might not be logged on to GGRC all the time, so the messages will show you who sent you a message.
All right. Did you press enter, Rachel? Oh, I can see that she's responding. Great. Thank you for that, Rachel. But so you can see how it goes back and forth. You can also, we're not trying to be Facebook, I promise you, but we just have a system for having a collection of people that you regularly communicate with. And so that's why we have this list of friends. So I know that the GGRC staff, Tracy, Tayona, Rachel, Shelley are all friends. And then when you hover over their photo, you're able to click on messaging and then go to send them a message, which is really nice as well. So that's that friend. And then you can also see where, so I've sent requests to a few people who haven't yet responded, like Janet, who's on our team, Janet. So, and then they can say, yes, I would like to be your friend. So this is where you can see your notifications, that you're getting notifications in about people who've become friends or groups that you've joined. Again, this is messages. This is where you look at your own information. And then, so I'm already an advisor, so I don't need to, but what we'd like to try now is if you are not yet an advisor, we'd love for you to try signing up right now to be an advisor. And if you don't want to be an advisor after you try it out, you can always edit your profile and you can remove your advisor status. And if you have any problems with that, you can just let us know and we can help you out with removing it. We do approve advisors. So, so Rachel will in real time be looking for emails from you. So what we'd like to do right now is give everybody a few minutes. So Eileen, you're registering to be a member right now. And if you don't have a complete profile, you can also complete your profile. And if you're not yet an advisor, go ahead and sign up. And I know, Tracy, you're already an advisor. So if you'd like to try out messaging people and things like that for a moment, let's do that. So everybody, we're going to take, let's just take 3 or 4 minutes. And so Petros and David, if you don't mind trying out the advisor function and clicking on become an advisor, that would be amazing. And Tracy, why don't you try chatting with people, and Eileen, why don't you try setting up your profile? Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's do that. And then once you're an advisor, if you want to try adding friends or sending messages to people, we're going to play with the system right now. And then let us know if you have questions. So this is basically getting to play with the platform. And we're going to take just a few minutes on that. So I will stop sharing so that you can just concentrate on your own screen. And then let us know if you have questions while you're doing this. Please let us know. Oh, actually, there's one other thing that while you're doing this, I want to show you. So when you go to connect to people, if you want to search for people, you can search by, you can select a group, a general member or an advisor. And if you want to search for people in the general group by country, then you can type country and then say United States.
I have a question.
Or USA. Yes. Go for it.
Sorry, were you in the middle?
No, please.
I just wanted, I was wondering if there's an easy way to identify, find people that are related to a specific subject or.
So that is our next level of filters that we're building in, is subject specific filters. So basically we're building in features one by one, and then we're rolling out the subject specific filter features within the next couple of months so that you can do a search with tags for specific topic areas. But Ravi, you might want to add to that. And I know you had your hand up too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say, and then Petros asked it. So yeah, we are improving our filters, and we are linking our filters to your profiles. So you could search by subject. And remember, in the introduction, I mentioned that we also have plans to develop communities of practice. So all these things will really enable us to enhance our features, so that the service that we provide is best for you, and it's easier for you to search and connect.
I guess I should also mention that we're totally funded by a small grant from Cambridge. And so that's why we have to a little more slowly build in features than like a much bigger project. But we have this incredible dedicated team who's like working with us each step of the way. So it's kind of fun because we're building our community right now. And then we're just adding in one feature after another as we go along to make it easier and easier for folks to be connecting and working together. And any other questions? How's it going with folks trying out? So I'll let you go ahead and do your signups, and then feel free to start to try out messaging somebody too if you've already done your sign up. So you can choose another member who's with us today and send a message to them.
Can you repeat what's the difference between member-to-member messaging and direct email?
Yeah,
Direct
so-
email is like normal email?
Yeah, so if somebody provides their email address, then you can send them, basically, you're inviting people to send you an email outside of the platform. And if you prefer member-to-member messaging, then you're just like, no, I just prefer to communicate with members within the platform. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Ravi?
One of the reasons why that is because some people would not be logging in and keeping logged in and checking the platform regularly. And that's a very normal response. So that's one of the reasons why they want to just hand in their email, because they check their emails more often. Thank you.
Yeah. It also makes sense at the end of the day that if you put a direct email, you're not limiting yourself only to the platform and allowing this word of mouth and like spread your email to other people.
Yeah, exactly. And we're trying to strike a balance because we really, really want to encourage community building within the platform so that people really kind of keep an eye for new members and get to know each other and chat. But at the same time, we really want to serve whatever works best for people too. So we're trying to always strike that balance between the two. So I'm going to just go around the room and do a check-in. So Tracy, have you had a chance to just try sending some messages and communications to folks?
Yep, I messaged Janet. Thank you, Janet, for responding. And I added I sent a friend request to a new individual.
Perfect. And do you have any questions, Tracy, so far?
No, it was pretty straightforward.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Let's go to Eileen. Eileen, how's it going? Did you manage to sign up for your profile yet? Eileen, you're on mute. All right, let's move on. Sounds like Eileen might have stepped away. Let's go to Petrus. Petrus, did you sign up to be an advisor?
No, I didn't. I think I'm a little bit behind on that one because I'm using a phone. My laptop is down.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How is it working on your phone, Petrus? Because this is something that we're very curious about, is when people are using their phone more than a laptop or a desktop, is it working okay for you?
No, it's not working okay for me. I'm finding some difficulties and challenges.
Okay, will you enter, if you can email us after or add your any difficulties that you're having in the chat. And then Audrey, can you help with taking note of any of those difficulties so that we can follow up after?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. David, how's it going for you?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I filled it up pretty quickly. If I really would want to be an advisor, which like, I first need to send
Yeah.
my profile, but then I guess I'd change it. But yeah, it was pretty simple and easy and straightforward.
Okay. So if you haven't already, since you've done that, why don't you, David and Petrus, if you want to just try sending a message to another team member, another member of who has a profile, feel free to try doing that, especially somebody who's in this group right now. So again, just to share my screen. So that would be going to connect to people. Oops. Let's go back there. Oh, I'm still under search results, sorry. So it thinks I'm searching for a particular topic. So you can go back to people and look for somebody who, so I see Eileen is setting up her profile here, and David, I see where you're setting up your profile there. And you could go ahead and, so if I wanted to message David, oops. I'm just going to welcome you, David. I've noticed we have some very inspiring welcome music. And Petrus, I'm going to also welcome you. And then we'll go to our next segment. So Petros, I'm going to just send you a message. All right. So in the interest of time, we'd love for you to as we're doing our event, please go ahead and keep messaging each other. And I know you can all multitask, so we'd love for you to keep sending each other messages. So find other members of this team who are here in the training today and go ahead and talk to them through this platform while we are going on to our next segment. So I'd like to introduce our next segment now, which is going to be starting out with Ravi. And Ravi's going to give us a tour of the buttons on the site. Are you ready for that, Ravi? And you're on mute.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, over to Ravi. Thanks.
So we are back. And of course, we just went through the sign in and register button. So that's quite self-explanatory. Let's start with exploring the initiatives. So we have these initiatives and you can read it on your own. And these are from all over the world, green recovery in different contexts. And like I've mentioned in the map that I introduced at the beginning, this is an opportunity to see what green recovery initiatives looks like. If you want to develop your own projects, you could see some inspiration from there. You can even contact these initiatives because we have partnered with them and we have had meetings with them and they really want to be featured here. If you know of any initiatives that you are doing, or you know somewhere else that you think should be featured on the collaborative, who would benefit from this platform, or who just by being featured would be able to be an inspiration or give motivation on what green recovery initiatives should look like, you could suggest them. And if you already don't have an account, you could create an account first and then suggest an initiative. I do have an account. I've signed in. So we were at the initiative, explore initiatives.
Just showcasing the buttons where they are.
Right. And again, very self-explanatory. Initiative name, initiative discrimination, not discrimination, description. And the website, if it's available, are you associated? Can you contact you further? Or why is an initiative worthy of green recovery and submit? And we'll get a notification. And then we'll see if we would really think that it's an initiative that we would feature. We also have our guidelines where we go through the guidelines to see if these initiatives fit the aspects of green recovery we want them to, and if they are pro-environment, and if there are any negative things associated with the initiatives, then we might let them know and not have them featured. So we do go through this process thoroughly. We have discussion forums, and there are discussion boards. Our discussion forums are not that active. We're still working on it, but you could be the first one to start a new discussion forum, and you know, we could contribute to them.
Yeah, so you'll see there are buttons for going to a board or suggesting a discussion, which we'll get into these in depth in just a little bit.
And suggest a discussion is here. However, there are community guidelines on how the discussion is supposed to be and what they're not supposed to be. So you would want to read that. And then you can always suggest a discussion. For example, right now, if you have any topics that you want to be featured globally in the discussion board, you know, it's all here for you to suggest. It's quite simple. And you could also connect to members. These are the advisors that we just saw. So this is another way of connecting to the advisors by the country, and we'll add more features here. For the blogs, the blog part is quite self-explanatory itself because it's a blog. You would, if you want to suggest a blog or write a blog yourself, you could again use the suggest blog button. And again, it's very simple. Also upload images, and we would get in touch with you and see if you'd want that idea to be edited, or if it is all in line with our principles and you can go ahead and write the blog. And then the news and events that we mentioned. My internet is getting a little slow. So these are the news and events that you can go through. And you can
You
also
see it?
suggest
Yeah,
an event.
we have it up in the shared screen, Ravi.
Right. So
Are you waiting for it to load on your computer?
I know it's loaded. So again, this is a suggestion event. You could also try, if you want to co-host an event with us, that is your event, you're most welcome to suggest that event to us and we can work on it together. Or if you think that there is an event that we need to feature because it's so important, then you can also suggest that and we'll be able to feature that. So these are the buttons that we have. However, there are other buttons that we have created that might be of help. For example, there's collaborate with us where you can contact us and talk about any issues in general. And you can also directly contact us for any general things. And these were the buttons. If you need to leave any feedback on the website in itself, on how the website could be improved, or you have identified a bug, you could just click on top and then leave them here, and we'll get that too. So these were the buttons, and in the interest of time, I'll stop here, but we could ask any questions if you want. Thank you.
Yeah, and noting that we do have a few, you can go direct from the homepage as well to viewing initiatives, which are projects that we feel, again, are related to green recovery to feature, visiting the discussion boards, collaborating with others, which means direct communication. So for the initiatives, you can go directly to those without being logged in. But for anything that involves participation in discussion boards or participation with suggesting or participation directly in member-to-member communications or discussion boards, sorry, then you would need to be logged in. So with that, what we'd like to do is just do a little bit of a session where you get to try things out, but brainstorm. And so we have 3 of our team members are going to, while I share my screen, are going to lead us through this little trying out process. So the first thing we're going to try out together is this process of suggesting a blog. And I'm going to go to Audrey, our intern in South Africa, for that. So Audrey, over to you. And Audrey, just a reminder, just tell me where you want me to navigate and I'll show it on my screen.
Okay, thank you, Raz. So as Ravi has mentioned, one aspect of our platform is the blogs. So currently we only have blogs from team members, but we are actually trying to what is this? We're just trying to get other people to either suggest topics or actually write blogs themselves. So, and then after that, we will review and approve this, and then we'll publish it. But we'll definitely credit the writers. So we're gonna use this as an opportunity for everybody to engage and to just have their thoughts on green recovery just understood in depth in terms of whatever approved topic has been chosen. As you can see on the screen, there's a suggest blog button. As you can see on the screen, there's a suggest blog button, so that's where everybody can go to. But currently, I think what we're going to use is the chat option. So in the chat, we're going to suggest whatever topic you would like to see in a blog. And I'm going to just give a few minutes for everybody to respond. But in doing so, please don't send the reply immediately. Please just type it in. And then when I give the go ahead, just send in all your replies. So I'm going to give 2 minutes for that.
Yeah. Any questions about what Audrey's asking? All right, so 2 minutes, everybody, to just brainstorm what you think would be a great blog topic and add your blog topic in the chat, but don't press enter, as Audrey said. And team members, if you have another blog topic you'd like to add, go for it. All right, I think we should move on. So Tracy, were you able to add a blog idea?
It took me a while to come up with one, so I'm still working on it.
All right, well, I think we can give a few more seconds then for that.
Yeah.
Petros, do you have a blog idea?
I don't have at the moment because I was at the cut off the. I've got the internet problem, so I've just logged in here.
All right. Well, why don't we take Tracy's idea then and make it a reality, Audrey? So Tracy, as soon as you're ready.
Just to clarify, you want me to put it in the suggest a blog section or in the chat here on Zoom?
In the chat, and then we'll add it and just showcase it when we add it.
Okay, 2 seconds.
Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to do this in real time.
I think everybody can send their suggestions now. Is that it, Ross?
Yes, we only, I think, we've had a few people have had to leave us. So we're working with Petros and Tracy now, and Tracy is going to submit a blog idea.
All right.
Okay, did that come through? I reworded that about 10,000 times.
Okay, so why green recovery is still relevant post COVID-19.
So my thinking is on this, like I know the impetus of green recovery came out of COVID-19, but it just feels like we have one rolling global crisis after another. And I think green recovery can be really relevant in a lot of different geographies and in response to a lot of different challenges. So that was the thinking behind it. I didn't word it well.
Okay, so I'm going to say we are still experiencing one global crisis after another. This makes green recovery an ongoing relevant topic. And I think we should add something. Tracy, what would you like for people who are part of this discussion board to specifically just comment on? Like if you were to say, I invite you to discuss this, what would you invite them to discuss?
I think really be keen to understand how green recovery can be customized for different geographies, different crises around the world, right? Because it's going to look differently depending on where you are and what you're reacting to.
Oh, sorry. I was talking like it was, sorry, this blog we'll discuss how green recovery can be customized to different geographies and realities around the world. Does that sound good?
I like it.
Okay. So Tracy, I'm not adding an image today, but I'll add your name. And what is your email again?
Just first Tracy and last name, tracy.zanini@gmail.com.
Okay, great. And then let's go ahead and I don't think we have to enter all the, okay. So Rachel, now what will happen, Tracy, is we get an email on our end with the suggested blog, and Rachel gets to review it. So Rachel, have you seen, did it show up right away in the email?
Yes, it's showing in the email.
Okay, great. And can you approve it?
Okay.
Or can you respond and say, this is a great suggestion. We'd love to see this from you. And then you should get an email, Tracy, once Rachel responds to you.
So we cannot directly email Tracy because in the email it does not say that who submitted the blog.
Oh, so is this a bug?
Yes.
Are we not seeing Tracy's name and email address?
We have a entry, we have a link to our entry where we can go and review the blog post and suggestions by Tracy, and her email address is there.
Great. So can you go ahead and use that email address to respond to Tracy?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. And then just noting for our team, of course, that it's just a suggestion for a blog. So once a blog is suggested, we will invite folks to work on a full blog to submit to us for review. All right, while we're doing that, why don't we start on our next segment? Actually, Rachel, you are on our next segment. Why don't we go over to events next while Rachel does that? So Teona, let's skip one and go over to you for our next segment.
Okay, so I think Rose and Ravi already mentioned all the main major aspects and towards our approach regarding the events. There are two ways you can navigate to our event section on our webpage. One is through our homepage. If you scroll down, it will take you to the news and event section. And another is through Learn menu. So
I'm going to the
yes.
events.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see on here, you can click there to go, or we'll go to the Learn menu to news and events.
The news and events. And here, if you scroll down, yes, you will see the calendar of our events. And one of the main aspects of our approach is that we are featuring events organized not only by us, but by other organizations as well. The main issue is that the event has to have connection to the green recovery. So if you are aware of any interesting event, please let us know. Suggest an event and we will feature it on our site. And here you see we have a suggest an event button, but in order to suggest an event, you will have to sign up and become a member of our platform. It will ask you to enter the details of the event, the date, the title of the event, why you think it should be featured on our site, and then you click submit. We get this information and we will revert back to you to get more details and feature the event on our site. Another important aspect is that we are interested in co-hosting and co-organizing the events because we think that this itself creates platforms for collaboration and creating synergies among various parties and give us the possibility to have increased reach and more impactful events. Also, we are interested in getting and engaging our members into defining the topics for our events. So if you are interested in various topics that you would like us to organize an event on, please share your ideas, and we will be more than happy to follow up and organize events on that topic. And also, apart from the topics, you might have recommendations about the format of the event, like would you like to have more workshops concentrated on enhancing your skills, or would you like to have more networking events or kind of more panel discussions? And please let us know. We would like you to engage in this process. And soon we will be sharing a survey and wanted to ask you to take your time and fill it in, and we will follow up on that. We also want our events to be aligned with the global events. For example, if there is a biodiversity conference upcoming, we want to have a roundtable discussion or Q&A session surrounding the issues related to the biodiversity. So I think this is it very briefly, and I wanted to ask you to take 2 minutes maybe and write down the topics that you are interested in, and we will consider those for our future event. But I think we have only 2 members left, so you can just, press enter and we will, or you can just share it in real time right now.
Yeah, why don't we do that? So, so again, just emphasizing that we can feature both an external event, so such as like, I don't know, the climate COP coming up in December, or an event that's specifically hosted by GGRC that we are taking suggestions for. So roundtable discussions, small group conversations hosted virtually, or a co-sponsored event that we co-host with an organization, especially one that would like to have an initiative on our site. So I think it'd be actually good, Teona, to just take a minute and see if Tracy or Petrus, if you want to add an idea for either an event you'd like to see listed or a topic you think would be a cool future roundtable discussion. If you'd like to add that to the chat, let's just take a minute for that and see what you have. All right. I'm going to stop sharing right now. And Tracy, do you have an idea for maybe a roundtable topic or an event you'd like to see? Oh, great. So Tracy, you just added it to the chat. So why don't you tell us about what you added?
Yeah, so I think I'd be really keen to see sort of who's driving the charge on green recovery. I have a feeling it is a little bit more at the grassroots level and NGO level, but would love to see any examples out there, if there are some, of governments, and they can be any level, sort of national, state or provincial level, municipal, or even, smaller than that, governments who have embedded green recovery principles into their programming. And it might be premature, maybe governments haven't, but I'm hopeful there's some good examples out there that perhaps we can kind of learn from, and that way too we can better understand where government thinking is and how grassroots can feed into that change.
I love that. That's a really great idea. I think we should definitely do a future roundtable around that. So very nice. Of course, I think one of our when we're having events submitted to us through the site suggestions, we would then be looking to folks who want to help co-organize these events with us. So Tracy, please think about it, and think about if it's something that you feel in the future you would have time to maybe co-organize this particular topics, this particular roundtable discussion.
For sure, will do, Ross.
Cool, thanks. Petros, do you have an idea for an event you'd like to see on our site or a roundtable topic you'd like to see us do a future discussion on?
Yeah, I think I would like that in the future we try to discuss about the issue of carbon issue, like the issue of climate change and its mitigation, especially on carbon credit sharing mechanism. On how best the communities that are living within the forest, they should benefit the resources or money that is being sold by carbon.
Excellent.
Hello?
Yes, thank you so much, Petros. All right. Rather than setting up another event, like doing the actual setting it up, let's move on to our final segment before the discussion boards. So we'll do initiatives and then we'll do a little run through on the discussion boards. So Rachel, over to you. Are you ready, Rachel?
Yes. So, hi everyone again. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you all were able to smoothly navigate yourself through our website. So an important feature that we have on our website is the initiatives. So initiatives are program, projects, and campaigns that we will feature on our website. GGRC has currently formed partnerships with 10 initiatives, as you can see on the screen. These initiatives are spread globally across different countries like Malawi, USA, Costa Rica, India, Asia Pacific, Israel, and Belize. We are looking forward to further engaging with those initiatives and building partnerships with new ones. So we believe GGRC will be a unique platform for the initiatives to grow, share resources, expand to more places, as well as to connect other initiatives, form coalitions, and experience on the ground impacts. We also share these initiatives on our social media and monthly newsletters to demonstrate the amazing work that each of the initiatives are performing on the ground. And also an important note that these organizations that are featured in our initiatives are curated, and these organizations are ready to engage with us and our audiences. So moving on to the next part, do you know or are you part of an interesting action promoting green recovery initiative? Please let us know by typing in your ideas in the chat. So we'll give you about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so what we're asking is just I think 1 minute is fine since we're reaching the end, but so Tracy and Petros, think about an organization or project that you think is their work really fits well with green recovery that you think you might like to see featured on this site, like the ones we just showed you. And we'll give you a minute to think about that. All right, and Tracy, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm sort of thinking about some work that I'm actually involved in with a client of mine right now. And it's just at its infancy. So it probably can't be profiled yet, but I'll give you the idea at least that we're exploring.
Yeah.
But I'm working with a First Nation and Indigenous group here in Canada in our boreal forest region. And the community is working quite closely with the local forestry logging company to try to protect what they're calling Indigenous waterways, which are significant river and stream networks within the boreal forest, within the community's traditional territory, that are important for a number of reasons. They're important as riparian buffers. They're important for recreation and mental health and wellness, which is, a big piece that came out of the COVID-19 pandemic, is the vital need for spaces for people to be with the land and build that mental wellness connection. But there are also areas that hold significant historical and cultural relevancy for the community. And so it's a good example of an initiative where a community has spearheaded this with a fairly major industry in their region who's just getting its feet back under it again after COVID-19. And they're working to figure out ways where forestry can be planned in a way that protects or puts in place those sort of protected buffers around the waterways. So I think it's an interesting initiative, and if it's successful, it would probably be the first of its kind in terms of that kind of protection put in place by industry, and specifically the forestry industry, rather than through a government protection order or something like that. So it's kind of a unique approach that the community's taken, and hopefully it's going to be successful.
Fantastic. When do you think that might be something that could potentially be featured?
Ooh, potentially in about maybe 9 to 12 months from now. It's
Okay.
Early phases, so.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, we definitely love having rolling projects being added. So please keep us in mind. And let's go over to Petrus. Do you have an idea of a project or organization that you think could be featured on our site?
Yeah, I think we like here in Zambia, where I am, we have now come up with the issue of this eviction project. It is coming in to replace the ZIFU program. This is the project that will be dealing with the carbon, seeing that it will be distributing funds to the local communities and the other organizations that are dealing with carbon in the country. But I would feel that maybe the project like the association that I'm working with currently, because I'm the regional coordinator for Eastern CLB Association and then the deputy coordinator for National CLB Association. So there are a number of programs that we do in supporting the communities and making sure that communities get the benefit of what they conserve to. So I would like to one time that such kind of the program that we do here in Zambia can also be featured in this wonderful program project of green recovery, so that the whole world they can see that the efforts that we in Zambia and the other part of the world can be shared.
That sounds
Hello?
fantastic. Yes. Would you be willing to contact us through the site and send us a message with that idea later on, or contact us by clicking suggest an initiative?
Yeah, I think I would love to contact you with you later on using the via email or
Yeah, or you can just click here on the site,
Yes.
suggest an initiative and fill it out. And we would love for you to send us that idea.
Yes, in fact, now it's working on now. Even what the question that I was saying was failing me, but I've just discovered now that maybe it was just a problem of internet thing, but now I'm able to access and do everything now on the phone. So I can go on the suggestion box and send that information.
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to take our last 10 minutes to just review the discussion forum and how you can contribute to that. So I'm going to send it over to Camille and Janet to just go over what we're doing and how to contribute and participate in the discussion forums. So Camille, are you able to start?
Yes. Okay, so you guys have been hearing about how you can engage. Are you guys hearing me first of all?
Yeah, I think you have to speak loudly because otherwise it's a little hard to hear you.
Okay, how about now?
Yes. When
Better?
yeah, that's better.
Okay, I'll try to speak as loudly as I can. Yeah, I was saying, so you guys have been hearing about the tools of the website and how you can engage. So we're going to be focusing on discussion board now, Janet and I. So I'll start off by saying, Raz, did you just point to show everyone how you can find the discussion board? It's just with your
Yep. So you
mouse.
can find the discussion board by going under collaborate and act, and then you go to discuss, and this is what you see.
Okay, perfect. So as you can see, we only have one discussion board now, and this is a test. So we're just gonna, so you click on that board, you have to be signed in. Once you're signed in and you're a member, you're able to leave comments here under this discussion board. Do we have anybody who can test that out? Who
Yes.
be willing to just test that out?
So let's do that. So Tracy and Petros, if you're able to, and also members of our team, if folks can try, if you're logged in, you have to be logged in to do this as a member. And then if you can go ahead and try writing a comment on the inclusion of local communities in green recovery initiatives. So take a minute to think of something you'd like to say about that in a discussion. And then when you're done, press comment. So let's give a minute for you to do that.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Any problems with adding the comment?
We mean that comment should go on the suggestion initiative or suggestion event.
So under the discussion board, so to get to that board, you would need to go under collaborate and act, and then click on discuss, and then you'll see one.
And then you
board
go
there.
to the board and you click go to board, that button there. And then you can see a box to write your comment. All right, let's see. Tracy, how's it going?
I commented. I'm not sure if it's showing up on your screen, but it's.
Oh, I might need to refresh. Oh, wait, I see it. I see Tracy's comment. This is so great.
Perfect.
So in many ways, local communities come up with the most creative and applicable recovery initiatives to their locale and their challenges. Communities are often best placed to identify resources available and resource needs to ensure green recovery initiatives succeed. Thank you, Tracy. And Petros, how's it going for you?
I'm still having some challenging.
Okay. Are you having some internet challenges?
Yeah, I should light on the providing initiative website, initiative description box, is it?
No. So Petros, do you see on the menu, your menu for the website where it says collaborate and act?
No, I don't see. I'm in the suggestion of an initiative. Then
Yeah, so
I-
so you don't want to suggest an initiative. What you want to do is instead go to this. Do you see on where I'm sharing my screen? Do you see where it says collaborate and act?
Oh,
From
no,
one
I
of the
don't
main
see
menu items?
on the main menu.
Yeah, the main menu. So your goal, yeah.
It's taking time to open. I think the internet in our country is very poor.
Okay, got it. So it's a little bit slow. So Petros, when you can, you'll use the main menu to go to collaborate and act. And then under that topic, collaborate and act on the main menu, you will go
yeah.
to the sub menu item that says discuss, and you'll click
Oh.
on discuss. And
All right.
once you click on discuss, you'll see the option to go to the one, we just have one discussion board. And
All right.
then you'll be able to view the conversation on that board, and you should be able to add your own comment in that conversation.
All right.
Yeah. So try it out. Since we only have a few minutes left, you can try it out in afterwards and see how that goes. And then let us know if you still have any challenges with it. But Camille, back over to you. And Janet, sorry.
Yeah, so the last thing I'll mention here is that if you want to suggest a new discussion board, you could click that button, suggest discussion, you fill in the details, and then we'll approve it, and then that goes up. So then that will be visible to everyone, and people will be able to comment.
Excellent. And our goal is to have as much conversation on the discussion boards as possible, and to have folks have discussion boards that are tied to our events. Janet, would you like to jump in here?
Okay, are we going to do a little exercise here as well, Roz, or are we a bit short for time?
I think we're a little short for time, and I see Lucia has a question.
It's quite self-explanatory here too, where if somebody's got an idea for a discussion, so to start a new topic like before, then you just put in the name, the description, and why you suggest it, and send it off.
Awesome. Lucia, you have a comment or question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if I could have like a 15 seconds before we finish to say something very brief.
Please do. Over to you, Lucia.
Okay, is this the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, first, thank you so much. And thank you so much to Tracy and also to Petros for joining us till the end. It's very important for us to have your participation and to see how you react to what we have built. So we're also very much looking forward to getting your feedback. And also, I just wanted to say that our next event will be on new economies. So we will be exploring economies like regenerative economies and indigenous, popular indigenous economies, like and the wisdom that comes from indigenous, especially from Latin America, but their messages sound very similar to indigenous populations in like all over the world. And also we're going to be exploring things like ethical banking and things like that. So please do join us. We would love to see you in the next session. And also when we send the invite, you can help us replicate it. We would be very grateful. And please add your blogs, your ideas are so awesome. I would love to see them in the platform.
Yeah, thank you. Please submit your ideas to us, and Tracy, the blog, Petros, great idea too about an initiative to add. So we'll look for that from you. And also our team is going to really be reaching out to help message and engage members over the coming months. So look for messages from us. And we really hope that you'll start to engage in the platform. And does anyone else from the team want to add anything before we close, or any last questions, Tracy and Petros?
My contribution has been very wonderful, very fruitful. I think this is the best thing that you people have introduced, because it's something that gives us hope as the local indigenous people like us in Africa here, to see a group of people in the world emerging together, discussing and finding solutions and plans and so on. So it's something that we pray that we should continue this kind of a discussion, because we are learning a lot from this. And what we get here, we will be able also to share with our colleagues in rural areas where we are staying here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Petros. We really appreciate that, and we're excited to keep engaging with you. And with that, I think, Teona, any last words from you?
No, just I would like to thank Petros and Tracy and the rest of the participants who have left already for joining us, and for sharing the very interesting ideas about blog posts, initiatives, and discussion boards. And we are really looking forward for our future partnerships, cooperations, and for building up the community that we intend to.
Great, thank you. All right, and we'll be in communication with our next events, opportunities to submit, conversations that we'll be having, and trainings, and we look forward to seeing you again in these future events. And team members, thank you so much. Camille, Janet, Rachel, Audrey, Lucia, Teona, thank you for your work today, and looking forward to next steps with you too. Great. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good. As it's night, so good night.